But then don't come to dinner and basically be like, oh, well, I only had. This is outside of a prefix option. If we're doing dinner, we're doing dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're doing dinner.
Yeah, and I know everyone's not like us in that aspect. Like, some people really are, like, a la carte experience type of people when it comes to, like, dining. If you're doing dinner with us or with me or, like, we going to eat. We going to get what we want. We going to get apps. We going to get different entrees. We going to get all the sides. Like, just be prepared to split the cost. Like, it's just not a thing of just like, oh, well, the plate I got was $28. Like, we just don't have the capabilities to break things down that granular.
The only pass that I will give to that is if you don't drink. Like, if you don't consume alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, if you're...
And with that, I'm a cute step to the side. Can I pay for my stuff?
Yeah, that's fair. Because
I didn't just make it easier for everybody. Don't start a whole big thing, pull a server aside, go to the bathroom and just say, oh, can I close on my tab? So then when the tab comes, it's no confusion because you're not even on there.
Exactly.
Your 60 or whatever, your water and whatever is not even on there because you're like, oh, I already paid my tab.
Yeah.
So y'all can split it 5 ways versus 6.
And that's fair. But I mean... Do you tell people that up front though? Because if yeah.
That's just I think that's kind of like
don't run it up thinking it's about to be split 6 ways.
Yeah, exactly.
And then be salty when it's split 5, but you ran it up thinking it was 6. That's corny.
But
now
then
you
also
getting
in that
into
case,
being
you gotta
weird.
be the person to say, I'm going to put up $200 because I did too much. Like, like I'll put up the extra blah blah.
Because I know I had 4 cocktails, everybody else had 2.
Yeah, so it's really just a lot of consideration when it comes to finances. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to another episode of Travel
Fly
Sexy. I'm your co-host Natasha Terrell, owner of Travel Goddess International.
And I'm your co-host Sincerely Jasmine, founder of Boss Babes Love Brunch.
Period. Because the Boss Babes really do love brunch.
Period.
I love that.
I'm the Boss Babes.
Period. All right. So today's episode, you guys, that dreaded topic, but we're going to go into it.
We're going to talk about it.
We're going to break it down, all the way down. Group trips, specifically group trip etiquette.
Them group trips.
You mad at them and they mad at you, and honestly, y'all both probably wrong.
And you coming back with no friends.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
So we're gonna break it down. We got a lot of rules to go over. Are you following them? Should you be following them? Do you care?
Should you be traveling solo and not with a group?
That's really the part.
Because hopefully group travel is not for everybody.
It's not. I know that it's not necessarily for me.
Yeah, me too. But I think we also love a good little group trip depending on the group.
Yeah, we love our TFS trips. Otherwise, I've been on a couple and I was like, my Shayla, take me home.
Yeah,
too much.
It's too much. Yeah, so we going to get into the tea of the group trip etiquette.
Absolutely. But of course, before we jump into all of that, a little bit of goddess mail from our inbox to yours. What's going on in the world of travel, Jazz?
Y'all
got to be stopped.
This is crazy. It's just always something. But like now is not the time to be doing this.
Ooh, heavy on that part.
I mean, never the time.
Never the
but
time.
Definitely not.
You're right.
Right now, please, because people's nerves are all over the place when it comes to traveling, especially the top of this year. So there was someone on an American Airlines flight, which it eventually was labeled a bomb scare because this person had their hotspot / like Wi-Fi name, device name as
there's a bomb
on this plane.
Idiot.
So that was the name of their hotspot Wi-Fi. Right. So as people were
connecting to the
Wi-Fi, and exactly,
they're seeing
because
this
even
name.
if you don't purchase Wi-Fi on American, you still have the capabilities of connecting to AA in flight to access entertainment
and flight updates.
Exactly.
Yes.
All of that stuff. So as people are trying to connect to the in-flight service, they're seeing
there's a bomb on this plane.
There's a bomb on this plane.
Like, come on, bro. Really?
Like, that is crazy. Y'all play too much.
Entirely too much. Like, that is nuts.
And even with it, us playing too much, it's like, they were giving the opportunity. There was a message made
over the loudspeaker.
If this is you and this is a joke, just
please let us
change it. You know, just let us know. Like, you know, and obviously we know that you have the capabilities of changing your device name, your Wi-Fi name, all of those things are how people recognize you when it comes to AirDrop, connecting to your hotspot, etc. So they made an announcement to even give you the time to correct your mistake.
Because they told
let's
you,
stop playing.
If you don't, this process is finna get lengthy.
And lengthy it got.
And lengthy it got.
Yep.
And it turned from a 12:30 p.m. scheduled departure to a 6:30 p.m. departure, because it eventually departed after they went through all of the security checks and balances that are required to ensure that this aircraft is safe.
Yeah.
So now 6 hours that you have interrupted everyone's day.
Playing too much. And I don't know. I don't know if you were joking. I don't know. You don't know what people's intentions are. Like,
Fair enough.
truly. And I mean, you know, luckily it did go through all of the security checks and balances before departing. Because I mean, you know, God forbid that this wasn't noticed and you were in the air and this became a more...
Now we have to emergency land and now it's a whole thing. And now people are, I feel like, even more afraid.
Exactly.
Because you're already vulnerable in the sky.
Exactly.
At least while you're still on the ground, you feel like you still have your wits about
Exactly.
you. You still have control of the situation a little bit.
Yeah.
But in the sky,
stop playing, y'all.
Why y'all doing this?
Moral of the story, please just stop
Why?
playing. That's a terrible joke. Terrible joke. Terrible timing. I mean, any timing is terrible, but right now with everything that's happening with, you know, the industry and just understanding that people's emotions are already involved with, you know, travel, is like, what are you doing?
And why?
Why are you doing it?
And then outside of all of that, I'm irked. Because 6 hours,
6 hours is crazy. Yeah, 6 hours is...
I got places to be. I'm missing my connection.
Don't let you have a meeting or you're going in for a conference or something work-related, like, you know, and you're thinking, oh, I'm on this early afternoon flight. Yeah, it's...
Because at first, maybe in the first hour, I'm like, all right, they're doing their job. Like, let's make sure we're all safe.
Hour three,
I'm
sick.
pissed.
Yeah.
Because now I know that this is nonsense.
This is not going the way I wanted it to go.
And I'm still here.
Yeah.
So please, guys, just
don't play with people and don't play with yourself, because now just going to jail because you play too much.
Honestly, because if like they really could go through the process of tracking the, what is it? Like it's not the
IP,
VPN, but the
IP address of the device.
IP address.
Mm-hmm.
Now you sitting in airport jail.
Yeah.
Real jail.
Yeah.
Because you could
I don't even understand.
You could be now considered a threat to like a terrorist.
Oh, for
that
sure.
could be considered a terrorist act, an act of terrorism. Like you're not thinking because you're just trying to be a douche.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't think about the consequences, and like I'm really frustrated for lovers of travel because
why you want to play on my time?
We just wanted to go where we was going,
play on your
and
own
we
time.
barely wanted to go.
Get a private jet and set the Wi-Fi as that. Don't do that on my time. Do that on your own time.
Set the joint of getting some yams or something like
like
hot club.
Be
like,
funny.
Be funny. Don't be scary.
Be funny.
Right.
Don't ruin this for me. Hello.
Jeez. Nevertheless,
6 hours later,
they probably was taking a group trip. And then now
Bobs
is off.
Bobs are off.
People are irked.
Bobs are off.
They had plans when they touched down to hit the taboo.
Reservations made
for the beach club. They never made it. Everybody's irked.
Now.
It's dark now when they get there.
Trip ruined.
It's too much.
And that's why the vibes matter on a group trip. You need to be with people who be like, you know what? At least we still going. We're going to have a good time tonight at 6:30.
Let's find the turn up and let's roll.
Let's while we sit here, let me make some adjustments.
Facts. Yeah. See, that's what happens when you travel with TFS.
Okay. Because we done had some delays and we had to adjust.
We have. But with that said, let's jump into the rules for group trips.
Yes, because group trips, I think, obviously, we've talked a lot about solo travel, vacations. Obviously, we just talk about travel in general. But I feel like we don't talk much about group trips.
Well, I feel like one, because we don't take a lot of them.
What is a group trip? What would you consider a group trip?
I think 3 or more.
3 or more?
Is a group.
Okay.
By definition.
Okay.
Few. My grandma always used to say, when I would say, let me get a few dollars.
She 3, 1, 2, 3.
Or no, when I would say, let me get a couple of dollars. She said, a couple is 2.
Couple is 2.
So then she would give me $2.
I say, I guess 3 or more. You're right. Yeah, like 4 is the minimum.
Fair enough. Yeah,
because I feel like 3, we can still like I don't know.
That's
I feel
fair.
like
No, you're right. Because I think about when I travel with my sisters, and it's just 3 of us. I don't.
Yeah, or even
I don't
like
feel like that's a group
the
trip.
3 of us travel. I'm like, obviously it's a group trip, but like
I feel like 4 then.
Yeah, I think when you got to start getting into the extra rooms and like extra beds and stuff, I think that's when it's like, okay, we're getting into group.
That's fair. Yeah,
because 3 we could make a room work. You know, like regardless, like depending on the type of accommodation, I think 3 people. Even if it's 3 strangers who need, well, not strangers, but 3 people who need their own place to sleep, you can make one like room or accommodation condo work.
That's fair.
So I think
get to 4.
Group is when it's like we need to start adding beds and calling down for cots. Like extra sheets.
I legit do not like the extra cot.
Yeah.
Like, just get an extra room.
Been there.
Like, been there. No, been there. Been there. Understood. But it's just not where I am anymore.
What's the most people?
I also don't like how the cot changes the aesthetic of the room. Because now I want to get the content, and you got this cot sitting here.
You gotta get the content as soon as you walk in.
The cot is there.
The room up anyway.
The cot is there. It's made up.
No, you call for the cot.
No,
I usually call for the cot.
See, no, but if I have, if you have a client, the right thing to do is to call ahead and ensure that the cot is there and it's made up. So now you got this cot in your content. It's not giving.
Girl, I am. If they got
content is what Ricky said it's called.
I'm not posting it anyway. I was never posting a review.
They call it a rollaway bed. That's what it's called officially. A rollaway bed.
If you don't get a comforter and sleep on the floor.
No. At least a pullout. See, that's why I don't go on a group trip with Jazz. She wants you to sleep on the floor.
Uncomfortable. They all springy.
Well, that's the cot.
That's what I'm saying. I sleep on the chair before I sleep on that. I slept in the chair before.
Definitely slept in the chair before. Lots of things occurred in my 20s.
I want to ask you, but I feel like it's not a lot. What's the most people you stayed in like one accommodation with?
That's a good question. The most one time I actually think is 3. Like in one same room or same villa. Yeah, I think it's 3. As I'm thinking back, because I really don't vibe with people a lot,
I've been in the trenches, and y'all know me. I'm social. I be like, I don't care who going. I'm going. I'm a vibe on my own. So even if the group trip vibe's not there, I'ma still go. The most people I've been in a room with, I've been on a girls trip to Miami with 5 girls in one room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls in one room.
To Miami was 3 people.
Yep. And then we did like a penthouse, like a suite in a hotel, but we definitely pushed it over capacity. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She got the count. Look,
5.
She's thinking about it.
It was over 8 of us.
Oh Lord!
In a 1-bedroom penthouse suite.
Oh my gosh!
But it had like
it had nooks and things where people
and couches
enjoy.
And stuff. Yeah,
that's the thing with the penthouses. Typically, they are 1 bedroom.
Yeah, it's just a 1-bedroom, but
living room,
so much space,
and things like that. But it really is just 1 bed.
I'm like, we pay all this for this. It's like everybody don't even have nowhere to sleep, but gorgeous room,
right?
But yeah, it was a lot. We had to figure it out.
Yeah, 3. I've literally, while you were sitting there, or while you were going through that, I thought back to it's all been 3.
Yeah,
3 max. Even in a villa, 3.
Yeah. We had our own villa.
Yeah, we did. And it was 2 of
us.
But I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about it because I can't do it for most of these reasons. I'm the person that's going through these things on this list. Yeah. And I'm going through them for you because you're doing them wrong. So then I'm irked, and now I'm like, I should have never came here.
And I mean, our first point is the reason why I have experiences where it's been way too many persons in one accommodation, and that is because of money. Because there's a lot of times where we can take a trip.
Start this thing off with the knockout combo.
Yeah, I mean, that's the with travel in general, but particularly when it comes to a group, because now we talking about all of our expenses.
Yeah.
So if it's just, the two of us, the three of us, we have a little bit more of understanding where it's like, okay, this is the budget, this is how much it costs. But when you start having 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hands in a pot, and we're talking about accommodations, maybe transportation if you're doing like car rentals or some type of shuttle service depending on the destination. It's a lot of layers.
Baby, if pay up or stay home. I just can we just not do this whole song, dance, charade, tiptoe, whatever your mama used to call it.
I'm dead.
Because those are all the sayings.
Ideal, obviously. It's obviously ideal. Like, if you don't got the money, just don't go. But what about the people who put a deposit down or express interest in wanting to go?
If you know you won't have the deposit, don't prolong the process. Like, I respected when I dropped the details for my birthday trip and people were either like, I'm not going to make it, blah, blah, blah. I don't have the well, nobody actually said I didn't have the deposit. Shout out to my friend group. But, just the moral of the story is, or the moral of the point is, they were upfront with saying either I am in or I'm out. It wasn't, let me wait until the deadline. Let me
put something on it.
No.
To show that I'm interested.
Hard no or a hard yes.
Yeah.
And I respect that. Like, don't string me along and then I'm curating and calculating my numbers.
And that's the thing.
Based on the number of people who I think is coming.
Absolutely.
And then you tell me, oh, I'm not going to have a deposit.
And that's the thing with money.
You wasn't going to have it.
Where it comes to a group trip. Obviously, to your point, like, if you don't have the money, like, you either paying or you not. But the bigger picture is the calculations. When it comes to a group trip, whether you're doing like an Airbnb style or like a villa style where you're paying for one accommodation for everyone, if 8 of us are going, we splitting it 8 ways.
Right.
If you decide that you're not going, now we got to split it 7 ways, but we budgeted for 8. So now I got to spend an extra $200 because you said you can't go, but we all agreed to spending X, Y, Z.
Or I already booked it because I want the points, or I can afford to book it.
Now I have to take a L.
I'm waiting for everybody to send me their money. Now I got to take an L?
Yeah. And I've actually been invited to a group trip with, the intentions of going, book the flight, everything. And this was when I was still working corporate. I wasn't able to go. I think I talked about that on this before. And I just gave them the money for the Airbnb because I'm like, well, like, I planned on going.
And you realized that
I was included in the calculations. We're thus far in the plans of, like, that's just not fair for the person who's planning or for everyone else who already expected to spend $500 and now have to spend $650 or whatever, the case may be. And obviously, like, you bite the bullet. It just was unfortunate that I wasn't able to actually get the time in that case. But that's just one of those instances where I'm like, I was a part of this group. So even if I'm not there, I still have to contribute to the group expenses.
And that's honestly very mature of you. Because a lot of people aren't going to think that way. I, too, would do the same thing. Like, hey, just keep it. It's cool. Like, and try to help as much as I can without being like, all right, now.
Myself, now I didn't spend for a trip that I didn't take.
Don't abuse my kindness.
But however, I'm going to get my flight credit back or, try to get a refund where I can. But again, it's just like so many expenses and calculations go into the group trip beyond just the yes or no. And I think that's where the money stuff becomes a thing. Because now we're not friends no more because I got to pay $200.
Because you owe me money.
$200 might not be that big of a deal. But it's your girls of Travel Fly Sexy.
Before we jump into today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at Travel Fly Sexy.
And of course, if you have a product or service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of Travel Fly Sexy, shoot us an email at info@travelflysexy.com.
Now let's get back into the episode.
Like, it happens. It sounds pretty like, damn, you lose your friendship over money, but it's not that you lost the friendship over money. You lost the friendship over respect and principle.
Yeah.
Don't do me dirty.
And sometimes,
I speak from experience on that.
Absolutely. And that's what I was about to say. Sometimes you can get to the destination with the group And I've had experiences like this where it's like, okay, we made it. We got our deposits. We didn't pay the trip. We didn't everybody's on the same accord. Now we get to dinner.
I hate it. I hate it here. I'm going home. Never mind.
With me, if you're taking a group trip with me, you know that everything's optional. Like, I'll provide you with the itinerary of like the things that I'm going to do. And you have the option to go. You let me know if you're going to do it. I will send you a link, let you know the days. If you want to book that, you can. If you want to come to this dinner, this is what time. Let me know because I'm making reservations on this day. Bring cash for, these dinners or whatever. But it's optional because I get it. Everybody don't want to spend all their money on going to Rosa Negra or whatever. Some people rather go to Taboo and get more of a club experience than to go sit down and get like a nice fine dining experience. And understandably so. Like, I'd rather put my $125 to a bottle than to a plate. Meet me at the club.
Yeah.
Don't come sit down at this dinner table
and order water
and say, well, you just coming to the club. Meet me at the club. We'll come back and get you. You pay for transportation, so you gonna get picked up. You pay for the ride. You got the number. You gonna get picked up.
Are you though? Because if it's 6 of us and 5 of us go to dinner.
Oh yeah, no, not in that case.
You need to get to.
You'll get back home from the club.
You need to meet us at dinner.
Yeah, or at the club. Whatever
or at the club, but I'm just saying you need to meet us where the van is picking up the majority of our
absolutely
group. For us to circle back, and a lot of times where you're staying is a little bit away,
especially in
from
like
the experiences that you're about to go and do. We're not circling back for you.
That's also an extra expense. That's not included. Yeah,
no,
the double back is not included in the price we paid.
Or come and just chill out.
No,
but don't be
come.
No, you're right.
Don't come
because you're gonna kill the vibe.
Come. Yeah, don't.
You're gonna kill the vibe. Don't come.
Because you're not going to chill out.
Calculate how much
going to chill out.
That Uber or taxi or something will be to meet
You're going to be taking shots. You're not going to chill out. And if you don't want to pay for dinner, just eat on a resort, eat at the hotel, and meet us later.
But also, still talking about money is setting a budget before travel as well. Yeah. Because you also don't want to be the person in destination where now the people are adding experiences.
Oh, yeah.
And you didn't necessarily budget
for that.
Or the opposite. You're the person that's adding experiences, and then you're mad that folks are saying they're not with
ATV with you. Yeah.
They're not with it.
But to me, that's why it's important to do an itinerary, and like obviously like that's just very jazz coded itinerary kind of girl. But for me, it also gives people an idea of the budget. So if you know that these are things that are projected, you can go look at the menu. Be like, you know what? I can't afford that one.
Yeah.
I can't afford this one. You know, okay, let me see. We're going to go to the club. It's 6 of us. Cool. The bottles cost $300. I could afford to go out that night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I provide that information, and we talk about it all the time. Do your research. Utilize the things that you had before getting in destination. Even if you don't have a person who's like planning everything and telling you like, oh, this is how much we're going to spend. Research. Look at the menu. How much is it about approximately? I want the steak that costs
Jesus
XYZ. I know I'm gonna get 2 cocktails. I actually can't afford that one. I'm gonna sit that one out. I'm gonna stay with the all inclusive and get my. That's fine. So I think just like doing your research, and that's why planning is important, especially with group trips. You can't just wing a group trip. I do not think you can just wing a group trip.
But I also just like. Because we'll get to itinerary in a second, but it ties in because when we're talking about going to dinner and we're talking about the dining experiences, like if we think about Canaan, for instance, one of our favorite restaurants is in restaurants in Tulum, it's a prefix $150 per person.
Per person, yeah.
Boom. So that's an easy itinerary ad, and you can know whether or not it's going to work for you, right? But then don't come to dinner and basically be like, oh, well, I only had. This is outside of a prefix option. If we're doing dinner, we're doing dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're doing dinner.
Yeah. And I know everyone's not like us in that aspect. Like, some people really are like a la carte experience type of people when it comes to like dining. If you're doing dinner with us or with me or like, we going to eat. We going to get what we want. We going to get apps. We going to get different entrees. We going to get all the sides. Like, just be prepared to split the cost. Like, it's just not a thing of just like, oh, well, the plate I got was $28. Like, we just don't have the capabilities to break things down that granular.
The only pass that I will give to that is if you don't drink. Like, if you don't consume alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, if you're...
And with that, I'm a cute step to the side. Can I pay for my stuff?
Yeah, that's fair. Because I didn't
just
have
make it easier for everybody. Don't start a whole big thing. Pull a server aside, go to the bathroom, and just say, oh, can I close on my tab? So then when the tab comes, it's no confusion because you're not even on there.
Exactly.
Your 60 or whatever, your water and whatever is not even on there because you're like, oh, I already paid my tab.
Yeah.
So y'all can split it 5 ways versus 6.
And that's fair. But I mean... Do you tell people that up front though? Because if yeah,
that's just I think
that's on them. Because like don't run it up thinking it's about to be split 6 ways.
Yeah, exactly.
And then be salty when it's split 5, but you ran it up thinking it was 6.
Yeah.
That's corny. But now you getting into being weird.
Be the person to say I'm going to put up $200 because I did too much. Like like I'll put up the extra blah blah. Or
because I know I had 4 cocktails, everybody else had 2.
Yeah, so it's really just a lot of consideration when it comes to finances. But I think the biggest thing with groups is like having cash.
I don't carry cash because...
But see, you'll also have the flexibility of saying, I'll put it on my card or I'll send you the money. I think the reason I say cash is because depending on the destination, sometimes, obviously, foreign exchange rates and all of those things when it comes to using foreign transaction fees and stuff like that with your cards, so extra money can be charged to that person.
Yeah. So
if you are the person who's like, oh, I'll pay it, send me, you might end up paying extra $100.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Fair. Well, use a card that doesn't have foreign transaction fees,
and that's a whole nother.
But if you're about to use a debit card,
yeah. But I'm just saying, being safe. If you're, if you with a group, bring you some cash because the cards can cost you more, and it's going to cost you more. Whether it's such and such only paying for their water, or those additional fees.
I might actually fight you if you hit me with I just had water.
Yeah, no.
I might actually fight you.
Yeah, I've been on a lot of group trips with people where they're just like, oh, this is what I paid for. I'm like, I don't know the last time I'm just like not an even split kind of person. So I just get anxiety.
I know.
I'm like, why are you telling me a specific number? I'm so confused.
While I haven't witnessed it with my actual eyes, I was on a trip where the poor girl had to just pull out her card and be like, this is stupid.
I can't. Yeah.
I had stayed back, and thank God I did, because I would have been like, I know you effing lying.
Yeah, definitely.
So the universe works in its best ways
in that instance.
But our poor girl, she had to hit everybody with a, are we
just
for real?
Pay me or Venmo me or do whatever you could do, because what's happening.
But also, though, to that point of just Apple Pay or just Zelle me or Venmo me, don't do it immediately.
Oh, right
do
now.
Do it while at the table
now, before they bring me that machine.
Send
do it right
money.
Now. Send the funds.
Because if you're not,
you're stealing.
I know that, and don't hit me with
stealing from me.
Wait till I get back to the USA.
At this point, you're stealing from me. You think I'm dumb. You try to take $20 extra back. What are you doing?
You're
Give me my money.
Advantage.
You try to think I'm gonna forget because I'm drunk, and tomorrow I'm not gonna know how much it was.
I'm gonna know. I'm gonna look at that
receipt. Yeah,
oh, I take the receipt because I want my points for the receipt, but also I need to run this back.
Yeah,
we had fun, but baby, you owe me coins.
Many sober, like,
and there's only a few people that I would let it rock for,
so
but not very many.
Hungover mornings, being with groups of people, I wake up and be like, oh, they owe me money. Gotta stop pulling my card out. But we gotta go. I'm trying to go to the next place.
Yes.
Like, come on. I don't got time to be sitting here politicking about who's paying. Like, girl, are we walking out? Are you trying to steal? Because you're embarrassing me. Like, just
you trying to dine a dash?
Yeah, put it on my card. I'll figure it out later because they don't want to pay. I don't know. I gotta talk to them later, miss. Here, take this. Next thing you know, she's like, no, I wasn't gonna pay for that. Like, girl, you wasn't gonna pay for the drinks?
Nuts.
You're crazy. I'm like, so now just brought you a triple shot. Like, okay, friend.
Girl. The audacity.
Yeah. I'm also like,
but send them people their money now.
Right now. Yeah. Or send a request. I'm going to start with sending requests.
Because I be keeping it cute. Like, I'm not pressed.
Start sending a request. Oh, I'm actually pressed.
But
I'm
it's
not gonna lie.
like
I didn't took too many L's off of
have
being a
taken
person to put the
you've
card.
taken a lot of L's.
I've taken a lot of L's on being a person to
But
be like,
it's
just
not
take my
it's
card.
not like a, I'm not pressed like I don't want my money. Baby, I want my money.
I just don't got
But
time
I'm
right
like,
now.
I want to enjoy my vacation, and I realize that money is a sensitive topic for people, and I just don't want the energy to shift because I asked you for my money.
I'm such an energy person. Once
That's
I
why
realize,
I'm
I'm like,
always
now
like,
I can be
alright,
mad.
like-
So I just be like, just take the card. We'll figure it out later. Because I'm like, once it becomes too much conversation, and like obviously that's just like this whole thing. It's just like it's a money talk. Like once we're talking too much about it, I feel like you don't want to pay, and you already had the drink, and it's like I don't know what else. I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Like I just feel like we're talking too much
about it.
We're talking too much about it, and I don't understand why. Because it has to get paid.
It blows me up.
We did it already. We ate it. We drank it. It's gone.
That is
we owe these people.
That is group trips. Like
Yeah.
that is group trips. It happened to me last year, and I'm just like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And then it also be the people where you're like, but baby, I thought you had money.
Oh my God.
I hate
be
social
thinking
media
y'all
for that
really
very
are rich.
reason.
I true like it's y'all be having
Stop
me fooled.
flogging on social media.
They be having me
I'm on social
fooled.
media in my Fashion Nova and my
I be
Shein.
like, girl,
I don't
you
got
had all
it.
that
I
designer
don't got
stuff
it.
and the bust down. I thought y'all was rich. I thought I was the poor friend.
I don't got it. I got my money to spend on travel. I don't got
Yeah,
it. Don't come
also,
for me.
I will say, I will give the girlies a little leeway because honestly, like gorgeous women don't always have to spend money. Like I'm just like, unfortunately, I never leaned into that. I wish I did at a younger age, but I haven't. Hyper independent here, but like I get the aspect of like, I can go out and have a good time and not, spend too much. But don't do that with me because I am not your man. Girl, not your man. Don't want to be. So don't get none of those perks. Don't want them. So please pay your half.
Additionally, that little comment was not just for the women.
Oh.
Because, sir, why are you having this long conversation with the waiter about the little bit of water and
the boys
this and
can't
that?
travel. Y'all know y'all can't. It's only certain men that can travel with me.
Why are you having that conversation so long with the waiter?
Yeah.
To get $3 removed.
Why are you sending that plate back? What are you doing? Eat it. Eat the food.
Child.
You ate half the steak and you trying to send the steak back.
I can't get the.
We are
I can't
at
figure out
Nobu. Do not embarrass me. Like,
You didn't eat half the steak.
Eat it. Eat the yellowtail. You the one who ordered raw fish. Eat it.
Try to do the most.
Like now I want it off the tab at the end of the dinner. That's another thing. I mean, this is like pivoting, but I think it goes hand in hand with money. It's service. Like act like you know.
Oh, the same person that I'm talking about that did the $3
act like
thing
you know.
also was doing the most with the service. And it's typically the people. I just want y'all to know the number of times that I have had to catch myself from saying the M word. This episode, because
it's not just us.
No, but like you know how you just say it like in that way.
When you drag it out.
Yes. I'm not just saying that this is a black people thing, but like this. And for me,
very expressive.
These are just my thoughts on what I've been thinking.
Yeah. What's his name? Is T-Roy. And
Yes. But it's also those people that will give their butt to kiss to the server.
So much. Like you don't even have $1. Please be quiet.
But you want to literally make this person feel like you're serving.
And it's also a group of us. You're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing me.
Without telling me you ain't been
It's a table full of young black professionals. Don't be that person. Like don't do me like that.
You'll never get invited with me ever again. Ever. Because I realize you don't go outside.
Yeah.
I do. No, we are not associated.
Different at home. Like why you be acting different at home? Treat these people.
Some
like
people
that.
literally they just don't get action. So when they come outside,
she said you ain't got no motion.
They ain't got no motion, or they feel like I'm outside, so I gotta pump my chest up and do the most.
Yeah.
And the reality of it is, there's the people that chest is down and chilling. That really is dumb people.
Facts. Well, I think I would say like treat group trips and travel like you treat the club. Like same way you try and pull up, turn up, and look like you. Would y'all be throwing napkins and all that stuff and making it rain?
I'm so out of tune. Why are we throwing napkins?
That's a new thing. But anyway, all that to say, just have that same energy, that like big dog energy on a trip, please. If we all got that energy, oh, we gonna have a good time. Everybody big dog, everybody like, oh, I got the car. Oh, don't worry about how much is the tip. If we all have that energy on a group trip, perfect group trip.
I only invite people that have that energy on my trips. I don't have time.
Fortunate girl.
Yeah, I got a solid group. I told you, when I invited people on my group trip, nobody said they didn't have a deposit.
Yeah.
People just had other stuff. And
and obviously you can't clock people's pockets, but like, when it comes to group trip, money is, I would say, the number one thing to consider. Like, from the budget to the end destination.
That we are not spending a huge amount of money
Same.
for the basics.
Everything.
Until we get in a destination, and I might want to do the most.
But even then, I feel like you're still considerate.
But I'm still very considerate.
With the itinerary of like, okay, these are the things, like, you know, and they're not overly priced. Like, everything's not going to be a 1K move.
No,
like, you know, like, oh yeah, we only spent this, but then every day you're going to spend thousands of dollars. It's like, no. Like, even like how we talked in previous episodes, just having that balance of like, you can still get the luxury nightlife type of things where you spend money, but like, balancing it out with like, okay, we'll do a resort day here, or we'll compensate this with where we're not spending extra money. But I think that's more of a travel planner thing.
Well, the last thing I'll say on money before we move on is, I do respect the people who they want what they want on their vacation and they will just pay for it for everyone to experience.
Oh, I never experienced that. Besides you taking me to the lounge, I never experienced somebody being like, everybody want lobster, everybody get lobster. I ain't seen that yet.
Or like, you know, it's like, I'm not going to I'm not going to sacrifice what I would like to enjoy on this trip because somebody or a couple of somebodies can't afford to do it. I'm here. I want to rent the boat. I'm just gonna rent the boat. We all vibe out. It is what it is.
Okay.
Like stuff like that.
You messed me up at first. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, Tosh, I know the tax bracket, but Jesus.
We in the same tax bracket.
I feel you.
I just have friends in other tax brackets.
The yacht is a big one.
You and I are in the same one.
Day parties, sections, things of that nature where it's like, okay, I got the yacht. Just come. I got the section. Just come. You know, like even transportation sometimes. Like, I gotta get there.
I'm booking the private transportation because that's how I want to
transportation, and you guys pay the tips or whatever. Exactly. But like, either way, I had to get from A to B to C anyway. Yeah. So we might as well all go.
But there are people that I want the lobster, so everybody gonna get lobster.
Hit me up.
Let's be friends. She said, find her.
Let's be friends.
Hit her up on IG. But the moral of the story, if you can't afford the trip, just don't book the trip. And not saying it like in a rude way, in a considerate way. Honestly, you are the most considerate person by saying, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Instead of going to a destination and you know, using your last to book it and then realizing when you get there, you can't even get the experience you want. So now it's my birthday or we're doing a group trip and you're just like, I'm gonna eat McDonald's while y'all go here.
Right. And it's like, but you already spent your money to take a vacation. The vacation
now I gotta deal with you being a Debbie Downer. I've had people say that to me before.
And I understand it in the space of, I wanted to come to this to celebrate you because it's your birthday.
Don't ruin this for me.
Don't
ruin this for me. Don't. It's okay.
I appreciate it. Dead serious. Don't.
My biggest thing, I hate making people do things they don't want to do. Jesus. Friends, partners, anything. Like, don't do anything that you can't or don't want to do for me.
Yeah. Because
now I'm mad. Because you're like, oh, remember that time I went to Miami for your birthday? It ruined my birthday? Yes, I do. Yeah. I do remember that time you had no money. You could have sent me a card.
Yeah. With the money that you used to book this trip, that you only booked the trip for and did nothing else while in destination. Yeah. Don't do it. Me off. Don't do it.
Don't stay. It's fine. Yeah, definitely.
I needed to take a woosah, guys. I'm turned up.
It's so many layers when it comes to group trip. I feel like this, like, obviously we have a few other points, but I feel like this can be like a 2-part episode because group trips are a lot.
5 minutes talk about money. And we got several more points.
Money is the most important though. Should the episode just be about money?
I don't know.
Should this be a money travel etiquette episode?
I don't know. I mean, we can go on to the next point and just see where we are.
Okay, so our next point is...
I'm so stressed about money. I'm stressed.
Yeah, money is stressful. The next point is the itinerary debate. And again, y'all know me. I'm an itinerary girl. But
shout out to Jasmine. When
it comes to group travel, you have to be flexible all the time, but understanding. And that goes into the money. It's like, obviously there's going to be things that we want to do. We want to do stuff every day. We want to go here. You got to stay at a certain place. You got to get your airlines, all that stuff. How do you set an itinerary that's applicable for everyone?
Honestly, it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
But I think hey y'all, it's your girls of Travel Fly Sexy.
And guess what? Our Patreon membership is free until the new year.
That's right. No cost, just vibes.
So unlock exclusive content like behind the scenes of our trips, extended brunch abroads and goddess meals,
plus bonus Q&A sessions, and you'll be the first to know about all the amazing things we have upcoming.
Period. So don't miss out on a chance to get VIP treatment. Click the link in our bio and sign up today.
Let's keep traveling and flying sexy together.
Period.
Yeah. But I think also the planned versus going with the flow is a conversation that has to be had at the onset.
Absolutely.
Because going with the flow, I feel like it's going to cost you more money. And it's also going to cost you more time, which maybe won't cost you as much money because you won't be doing anything.
Yeah.
Because you'll be sitting there most of the time figuring out what you want to do.
Exactly. You can spend hours just trying to find reservations, trying to figure out what's the next move, what's near here. Now, we spend 4 or 5 hours of our day just trying to figure out what's the next spot. And then we get to that spot, then come back and got to figure out, like, time is of the essence while you're traveling, especially on quick trips. Y'all know me, I'm in and out. So I got to get there and go straight to somewhere.
Yeah. But then the other side of it is like, how much structure is too much? Because I have to tell folks sometimes when I'm helping them curate experiences, you have to build a free day. You have to let people vacation the way they vacation. So if you're the person who's built this itinerary and you know it's fire, shout out to you. But you have to give people free time to vacation the way they vacation. Because you have to realize, especially if you are the itinerary person, you might travel a little bit more than the rest of the people in your group. So for you, you're like, all right, we going to Thailand. We got to hit this. You have to give people a free day in Thailand.
Especially from traveling.
From traveling. It's a lot. You know, we talked about it on the last episode. Being in the airport and on a plane is overwhelming for so many people. People need to 𝗬𝒂𝗂.
For sure.
Or just back-to-back things is overwhelming for people. People need to 𝗬𝒂𝗂. Language barriers are overwhelming.
Some people need a nap.
People need time.
Yeah.
So like, I'm all for the itinerary, but you do have to let people be people.
Exactly. And some people just want to explore. Like, you know, just spend some time just going around in the area, like making time to actually be like, oh, let's go souvenir shopping. Like, to me, that's not a priority.
Right.
Like, I'm not, oh my God, I need to find, like, if I see something while I'm out and that I like, I'll get it. And like, I'll probably get something in the airport before I leave if I got to like keychain it up for people. Yeah. But that's not something that I take a half a day to prioritize because it's not important to me.
We were in Cuba.
But when people travel and they've never been somewhere and they might never come back here, I need a few hours to go find some cups and stuff.
Those
and
people
t-shirts.
in Cuba, they were like, they were like, there's no time built in for us to shop.
Yeah, people are serious about it. And obviously, I get that. You want to like immerse, like that's a part of immersing yourself in the culture. Obviously, we're Americans, so we're consumers, but that's a way of consuming the culture and being able to say, oh, I experienced that. Like to us, we're like, oh, we'll go to the cigar class. And they're like, no, I need to bring cigars back to show people.
Yes.
Like, I have to buy them. Yes. And I'm like, that makes sense to me. I'm just like, I got the experience. But they're like, no, I have to show all of my 30 friends on Facebook what I did.
Facebook. It's always on Facebook.
So yeah, the itinerary, the free time, and just making sure, and again, like napping from travel time, like everybody's not, for me, as soon as I get to the destination, drop my bag off, quick fresh up, I want to get food, I want to go to a bar, I want to utilize this whole evening.
Yes.
Like for my first day.
Downtime.
Yeah, I don't want to rest and then go to dinner and then not do anything my first day. That's not ideal for me.
Right.
But that is ideal for most
some
people. Some people are just like, we just got here, let's chill at the hotel, take a shower, relax, lay in a bed for a second. Always weird to me, but go ahead. Lay in a bed for a second.
This morning before I boarded this flight. I'm gonna hit a hot spot. Like, we out.
They want to shower, lay down, you know, experience the room a little bit, experience the property. Like, I get it. So everybody's different, and depending on the goal of the group trip too. I think the itinerary is important because sometimes it's like you said, it could be a Thailand where it's like we're going here to do all of these cool, unique things, and then maybe layer in some like more chill things. Or it could be like an all-inclusive vacation where you spend a lot of time on the property, and then you have to just layer in other things to do beyond just being on a property getting drunk.
I mean, I live for a resort day.
Me
where
too.
The whole day from start to finish is on property.
I just was saying that. I think that's what makes an all-inclusive vacation. Like that one day.
That's the balance.
Is what makes an all-inclusive vacation
itineraries, and we will go off property.
I'm going to leave.
Yes.
But that one day makes it worth its while. Like it makes it worth the money 100%. Spent because I'm like, oh, I'm going to drink the drinks on that one day.
And eat the food.
That one day. I'm going to try all the restaurants, try all the breakfast, lunch. Oh, y'all got a little cafe, little ice cream.
Little carts, everything.
That one day on a property makes it worth the all-inclusive experience.
Everything.
Yeah. And you need that break from the itinerary too.
Agreed. So, I mean, obviously establishing that up front, but then knowing who you're traveling with.
Yeah.
Don't expect everybody to be on your time or on demon time. Like, people just want to go to bed.
Sometimes you never know with me.
That's fair. That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Literally.
It's really a toss-up with Jasmine.
You never know
with me. I'm going to sleep.
It depends on my vibe. Because it be times. Remember that time I was on Bourbon Street with that random lady?
Yes, and I went to sleep. I prayed for you, though. I did pray for you in advance.
Yeah. I had a good time.
But you arrived back. When I woke up, you were there.
Yeah, the pictures she took of me were not that good. But
well, she was intoxicated, and so
she was lit. Yeah. But yeah, sometimes I be asleep. Sometimes I be randomly on Bourbon Street with random strangers.
And I'm usually just sleep.
Yeah. No, but sometimes the girl be behind a karaoke mic. Sometimes she be turned up. Sometimes you be turned up.
Those resort days.
Depending on the itinerary. Sometimes the girl will be a little turned up. Don't let her make y'all think she be in the spa in the bed.
The spa in the morning.
No, she get lit sometimes. I'll be like, all right, I'm going to head on out.
Fair enough.
I'm going to go up.
She right. Most times, though.
It's me.
It's Jasmine.
Sometimes it's me. But that's not because I'm an itinerary girl, so I know the balance. I know, like, I'm going to chill this day, but then I'm going to go crazy this day. And sometimes I might go crazy 2 days.
But also, to that point, don't judge your friend for choosing that.
Exactly. Or choosing to stay back.
Exactly. And also, don't try to make them feel like they have to.
Yeah, like,
and
it's
vice
the club
versa.
Night. You gotta go to the club.
We should just go to, like, girl, we should just go up to the room and just chill out.
You should go up to the room.
You should do what you want to do, and I'm going to do what I want to do.
You go to sleep. Oh, I leave my friends. And that's why I love traveling with, like, y'all. Like, the few people that I do travel with, the balance is always there. It's always a night of like, okay, we're going to do this together. But it's a night where I'm not going to do that, actually.
Yeah.
And you're going to stay downstairs at the bar because you're, you know, whatever. And I'm going to go up.
Yeah.
Actually. And then it's some nights where you like, you know what? I'm going to go up. I'm like, I'm going to stay down here, order another drink. Maybe even walk outside, do a little lap.
Take a lap.
I'll keep you posted.
See what I find. Let you know in the morning.
I love that about our travel friends because it's like, I think that's a good way to wrap up this first part is traveling. When you create a group of travel friends, or even just, you know, colleagues or whatever, is knowing what you need. Mm-hmm. If you're a person who need to go out every night, do not take me. But take your turn up friend, like, you know, or, you know, find someone who likes to travel and likes to go out every night.
Yeah.
So that way you're not feeling disappointed of setting up a group trip of like, okay, we're going to club. And you got all these super chill girls and they're like, I know I said that we were going to go to like KOD tonight,
but I'm not feeling it.
But like everybody's like,
we had a long day. We did excursions. Like, and I just want to relax.
Whose fault is it that you done took me on ATVs?
Because you planned this itinerary now.
And you want to go to the strip club tonight. Auntie is tired. Like, hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Hey, we know you're enjoying the episode, but we just wanted to remind you to leave us reviews.
Yes, you guys are always telling us in our DMs, messaging us, letting us know how much you love the podcast. And we're like, we love the feedback, but let's get it on paper.
Please. And of course, if you have suggestions of topics or destinations that you'd like us to cover, shoot us a DM or send us an email.
Yes. Now let's get back into the episode. Like, I can't do all those things.
I would tell you, I can't. I mean, granted, I can find the energy, but it's really going to take me going down to the depths of my soul to find it.
Or a lot of tequila.
Or a lot of tequila. Very true. Very true. Or the last day. Last day, make it count.
Yeah, last day you just got to do it. You can't
just
sleep.
make it count.
No sleep.
But those are the traveling preferences that you have to keep in mind when you're building an itinerary for a group.
Absolutely.
Everybody's style is different, especially if you're traveling with an Aquarius. I feel like they are most random and out of the world people.
The random strays for the Aquarius.
Under the sea. Those water people.
She's like, I love traveling with Ricky. Shots fired.
Now, granted, Ricky is a Capricorn Aquarius cusper. He's got more Capricorn than Aquarius. I can rock with him. I said what I said.
Y'all Aquarius, don't try to come on a group trip with me.
Don't. But also, I know everybody's listening has an Aquarius friend, and y'all probably just went,
Can't disagree there.
They are the same people. We love them the same, but they're definitely eclectic, and they have definitely specific traveling styles.
Absolutely.
They're the people who will get up in the morning to just do the random thing.
Yeah.
And want to go and souvenir shop. They want to do all the things.
Yeah.
And the balance is different. I've learned that.
Yeah.
Signs matter.
Signs do matter.
Signs, I know who I can travel with.
Yeah.
And the list is very limited. And Aquarius ain't on it. But that's okay.
Don't like people. I will stand
that's
on
okay.
that.
But also, I'll also say in the itinerary point is the mom of the group.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The mom of the group gets tired. But the mom of the group, I feel like, also chooses to be the mom of the group.
Yeah. I've taken a step back away from that. Like,
yes,
sometimes
we
it
both
depends
are
on
definitely
who I'm
moms
with.
of groups.
Depending on who I'm with, when I really feel like I have to be in, like, mommy mode, like, to make sure that you literally survive this trip. But I try not to travel with people like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I want to be the baby, the grandmama of the baby. Worry about me. Hello. Like, you tell me what to do.
That part.
I don't want to be in control all the time.
It's definitely a balance.
And I planned the trip. I made the itinerary. I'm going to get drunk. Y'all make sure that I'm okay.
I was just going to say, as travel advisors, as people that, or as folks that people seek advice from on travel, seek guidance, seek itineraries, we probably got you here because we planned the trip because it's what we do.
Exactly.
By the time we get there, don't be
just
surprised.
I'm trying to enjoy the route.
Our hands are up and we just want to chill out.
Yeah.
Please figure out if we need to get an Uber. Figure it out.
Right. Call the Uber.
Call the Uber. Like, send me the split link.
Help me
because I just really did all the work.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. And I've said that to my friends. I've said that to my husband. Like, I don't want to do any more work.
Yeah,
I got
did
us
all
here.
the work here. Yeah, I'm actually literally taking a shot. As soon as I get off that plane, I'm up. Like, it's up for me. I'm going to enjoy my trip that I put together.
But I know that, and it still just falls back.
Yeah, inevitably. As it should though, because who else would you trust?
I was going to say, because I only trust myself.
Yeah, who but you?
But I also realized I know the nuances of destinations. I study this.
Exactly.
I have the context.
Yeah.
I know what makes sense. And I often find, even if I allow or ask people to do it, I'm kind of sometimes doubling back.
Doing it
because I'm like,
now you gotta do double the work.
That costs too much.
You called
Why
an Uber when
that?
I could have called a ride, transportation. Like, because even when we said call an Uber, I'm like, actually don't. It's
don't.
Fine. Yeah.
I'll do it. Have a transportation arranged for the week.
I'll message somebody on WhatsApp. It's
exactly. So it's
that's
like,
why we do what we do.
We get tired, but we also know this is going to be a mess if I don't.
Because now just 6 of us on a Uber X. Okay. It's okay. I got it. It's okay. Cancel it.
Oh, moral of the story.
Group trips are layered.
And every group trip needs a mix of planners, freestylers for the balance. Like, go with the flow, but also have some semblance of what are we doing?
Exactly. What's next? Send me the itinerary.
Where we going?
Yeah. You made the reservation, right? It's like, yeah.
Dang. Ricky just hit us with the time.
Yeah. I told Tosh, I was like, this group trip episode is going to have to be like 3 episodes because we never talk about group trips. We got a lot to say.
We got clearly a lot to say. A lot to say.
So we'll come back with part 2.
We got a part 2
the group trip tea.
Because this is a good one. Hopefully you felt like this was a good one. Yeah. Ricky said this was excellent.
Hopefully you're preparing for a group trip. Because, a couple episodes ago, we talked about solo. So you already booked your solo trip. We're not worried about that. So hopefully this in next episode will inspire you to take a group trip.
All right. No, it's a not for me. If it's not y'all, I don't want it. So, but anyways, we're going to keep this conversation going because there's still many more tips and etiquette and things to go over. So we'll see you guys next week. Until next time, bye.